Hello and welcome back to my craft room. Well, I've been very busy making a huge mess on my desk working on my colour inspiration journal, and I will be back I was going to say I'll be back later today, but by the time you see this it'll be yesterday, so cut that. But everything had to stop and I had to shovel everything to one side to make space because I've got a parcel soon. And this is from the Makers. You'll have seen me mention the Makers quite a bit on my channel just recently. I've been getting back into felting and they are specialists in felting. I love the company. I love Steffi Stern, who started the company in the first place, and all of her team are just lovely. I love their ethic. I love everything about the company. I love their products, and all of the kits and projects and things are all designed by Steffi herself. And they very kindly given me a year's subscription to their small, they have two subscriptions. There's the main Makers box, which is brilliant. They did send me one to try. I made my blue whale. You can kind of see behind me. There. So that was out of the main Makers box, which is a monthly subscription. I'll leave a link to Makers for you to look at. And they do send all over the world as well, actually. They also do a smaller subscription, which they call the Makers Flock subscription. You get some samples and things to try every month. You get different discounts every month. You get tutorials. You get, there's like a private Facebook group and tutorials that just they send you PDFs and things. There's all kinds of benefits to it. So I think what is in this big box, it feels like two parts. I think the part on the top is this month's Makers box, and underneath, now there was a bit of a mix-up. I think because they were sending it to me to review, I didn't subscribe in the normal way, so it was a bit of a hiccup and I didn't get the December's Makers box. I was a bit gutted because it was geodes, and I just thought, what a fabulous idea. But actually, when I come to think about it, I've got plenty of stuff to do it anyway, and I've got access to the tutorial as a flock member. So I'm going to do the geodes anyway, and so watch this space. I won't be like sharing the tutorial because that wouldn't be fair, but I'll just I'll show you some ideas and show you how I got on in it. They sent me the whale box, which was I think the October box. And then they were going to send me the November one, which was like a cartoon, like a comedy turkey in time for Christmas or Thanksgiving, I guess. But I didn't get that, and which was fine. I mean, I was so busy anyway, to be honest. You know, it was absolutely fine. So I contacted them and just said, I didn't get the Makers Flock box. Has something gone wrong? And they came back and said they'd just been so busy. They hadn't noticed that it hadn't kind of renewed automatically. So they've sorted that out now. And she said, I'll tell you what, I'll send you the January Makers box instead, which is the eagle owl. So I'm very excited because I kind of looked at that one anyway. I thought, oh, shall I get that? And I thought, well, I've just bought a whole load of, because I did succumb to the sale as well. So I have bought myself a whole load of felting stuff from them already, enough to keep me busy. But I just looked at the owl and thought, oh, I'd love to do that. Anyway, I think that's probably what this is. Shall we go in and have a look? And then I must go back to my colour inspiration channel. Having said to people, it's actually Thursday today as I'm recording this. I need to finish off what I'm doing, edit the video and put it up because I promised people it would be up today with some more ideas. So as always, I just always think I can do more than I've really got time for. But it's fun trying. Anybody who says they get bored in retirement, I just don't understand them. It's like just... Still never got enough time in the day. Right, this is the Makers Flock box. Now, the first Makers Flock box I had was a big one because it was the initial welcome pack. So the Makers Flock box is, I think it's $9.95 a month, but if you subscribe for a year, I think it comes down to $7.90. And the first box is a big one because you get this extra. They send you this like a big book for keeping your patterns and things like that in, or you're sketching your ideas or whatever you want to do with it, I guess, as well as all the usual things. And there was a Makers Flock badge, like a stitched cloth badge, which if I go to any of the shows they were at, that will give me 10% off their products. There was masking tapes, although quite a few bits. If you want to look it up and see what you get in the Makers Flock box, what I'll do is I will link to where I opened the first Makers Flock box that I got, and you can check it out if you're interested. And it's quite good, I think, because it gives you gives you discounts on a different range of products every month, and I think it will be a really good way to like dip a toe in the water really, and learn. There's a lot to learn, because every time she does a tutorial, like a live every month with a tutorial, and it gets you trying different things. You get little samples of different things. I think it's a really good way to put a toe in the water. But I have to say, when this year's subscription to this is finished, I've got a feeling I might go for the main Makers subscription. Now, how much was that? Tell you what, I'll go on the site, we'll have a quick look. Here you go. So here's the Makers website, monthly subscriptions, Makers Flock. So this is what I've got here to open. This is this small one from £7.90. So that's if you subscribe for a year. And then there's the Makers box subscription. So it's £30, but I think if you go in and you can get a 3, 6, 9 or 12 months bundle, and they get cheaper depending on how long of a subscription you buy. And this is the Eagle Owl that I've got here, I think. And you can do gift subscriptions as well. Subscribe and save 25% at £20 a month. Yeah, I think with the postage it comes out. That's why I had it in my head. It was about 25 quid, because by the time you pay the postage, it's about 25 quid. So it's £30 if you just buy a one-off. But if you subscribe, you'll get discount. They do tell you how much postage costs to different countries and things down here somewhere. I've looked it up before. So all the information you need is there. I'll put the website there. I think I can't recommend them highly enough. They're lovely to communicate with as well. All their ethics are, down to the eco-friendly felting mats, everything. I just think yeah. And all of their all of their products are natural wools. They're not. They do have some other fibres and things as well. Some of the pretty twinkly ones and stuff aren't pure wool, obviously, but I don't think you would get any natural sparkly sheep. Very ecologically sound, very much into protecting the environment and looking after animals and things. Steffi collaborated with the Cats Protection charity and created the little cat for the craft along. I'll bring my cat over and I'll show you this in a minute. She's worked with them from the beginning of their craft along thing. I'm definitely going to be doing the Cats Protection craft along every year now. It won't always be felting, sometimes it's other things, but I know Steffi's collaborated with them at least once before, I think more than once. Yeah, I just yeah, you can tell I just really like the company. I'm very happy to recommend them. Their products have been absolutely brilliant. And the difference between using, I'm coming back to you now, the difference between some of the kind of cheap felting kits and stuff I've had before and this is just like a whole different experience. It just works so much better, so much more satisfying. The results are so much better and faster, actually. It's amazing how quickly and how easy it is. Anyway, I'll show you my little cat. If you haven't seen him before, this is what I made, and I based it on my old Archie. Was inspired by his markings and things. And I had a bit of pink left over. Irresistible. Cats love to show you that, don't they? Anyway, so that is my little cat. I feel like I've waffled on and I'm a bit overexcited and I've got a lot to do today, so I'm a bit settled down. Okay, let's go back to the desk and get into one of these boxes. So I think this is going to be the Eagle Owl. They're very low on plastic in their packaging. The only plastic I've had is the kind of Ziploc bags for you to kind of keep your wool in, so that it's useful anyway. It's not throwaway one-use plastic. I can put the Makers Flock box to one side for a minute. So this is the main Makers box. Some blurb. They do some in-person workshops and things as well. They do online workshops. A lot of if you have already got a lot of felting and stuff and you just like Steffi's projects, with a lot of them you can buy just the PDF tutorials, and they're really good, and their YouTube channel's really good as well. I'll link to that too. But yeah, the instructions that I've had in the kits I've had so far have just been fantastic. Just collaborating with the Flower Fairies people. Oh, the Dragon Workshop. Makers Flock. January's theme is all about felting needles and silk clay. Exciting. How to make a needle felted candle. Beautifully. I mean, if you bought this as a one-off for a gift for someone, what a lovely gift as well. And they, in the first box, so when they sent me my whale box, they sent it to me as if I was subscribing for the first time. They put one of their compostable felting mats. All of the kits, even the mini kits, have a little mini felting mat, so they've got everything you need in there, and a selection of needles. So in that first pack, you get your basic tools. This month we're making a Eurasian eagle owl with detailed feathers, large ear tufts and distinctive bright orange eyes. Did you know they're one of the largest owls in the world, measuring up to 0.7 metres, in nearly a metre, 70 centimetres in length. Wow. I hope this one isn't going to be this big. I wonder how big this is going to turn out. The whale was bigger than I was expecting the whale to sit in the palm of my hand. No. It's much bigger. So he's going to be, it's going to be quite a size. 35 to 40 centimetres tall. And these are all the things I'm going to find in this box. And then just give you a quick look at the instructions. So every single step has got detailed photos showing you exactly what you're aiming at. I found the instructions really, really good, really well worded, and nice clear pictures to follow. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. And there'll usually be some kind of, there we go, yeah, templates on the back to help you with getting the right size and shape. Oh, it's going to be challenging, but I'm going to love it. So what do we get in here? Massive amount of wool. So this is the kind of core for what you use to make the kind of inside of the shape. This core wool. And then these are different bats and tops. I'm starting to learn the difference and what all of these things mean, to add the different colours and the details and things. Look at this lovely silky one on the top. See, this is plastic, but this is a useful plastic bag that I will use over and over and over again. So I don't mind this plastic. Look at this beautiful silky stuff. So these are tops where they're all smooth and all lying in one direction. And you can use these to add details and kind of top layers and stuff. And then these are the bats where they're more kind of fluffy looking. The fibres are going in all different directions and they felt quicker. I'm learning these things as I go along. You learn such a lot doing this, following the tutorials, joining the Facebook group. So that is those. And then, we've got these pipe cleaners. Nice quality, really nice quality. And 2 different kinds of wire. It's a black one and a green one. Whoops, knocked myself out on camera. And these must be the eyes. I'll leave them in there for now. So everything I need. And as I say, in the first box that they sent me, I got the mat and a selection of felting needles. Don't know how on earth they make these things because I've let air into the bag now, haven't I? I am so looking forward to that. What a lovely project that's going to be. Can't wait to get started. And now I'm going to go and see what's in here. Now I have no idea what's in here. There was a hint earlier on, wasn't there? And I've completely forgotten. Okay, I will need the little knife this time. Let's see. So many felting. I bought some beautiful things. I think I've probably shown before on the channel. Beautiful different colour felts and things to try. I've got lots of felting projects I want to do this year. Some 3D, some 2D, some stitched into, yeah, so many things you can do with it. Okay, I've seen that already because that's in the other one. Right, so this is the Maker's Flock box. This is what you get in the box every month, but there are lots of other benefits with this membership too. So I need to remember to join the flock gathering, as they call it, for January. Okay, let's have a look at what's inside first. Now you always get one of these sheet swatches with a sample of a different wool on each time. Last time it was a kind of toffee coloured, very smooth. I can't remember where it came from now. And another thing that you get in that first pack is like a big ring thing to keep all your swatches on. There were lots of little presents in that first one. So this is, and you always get a little try me sample or something. So this is silk clay, which is why it's all about silk clay. Okay. And we've got a little test tubey thing with some felting needles in. So I reckon what we're going to be doing is using the silk clay to make little handles for the felting needles and make them easier to use. I think that will be the little project for this month. So there's always a swatch. There's always some kind of little sample things to use. That felting needle guide is so handy. I ought to stick that in the book that they sent me. There's always an extra little kind of printed tutorial thing. In this case it's this candle, which is quite cute. Never thought of doing that. Very easy that would be, wouldn't it? You'll get links sent by email with PDF tutorials for other projects which I haven't seen yet, so I will have a look at that in a minute. Happy New Year, flockers! All about needles and letting you try out some of the more specialist felting needles. Namely the Twisted Star, Cross Star, both medium, and the Fine Reverse felting needle. Okay, so these These weren't just any needles, these are special. Personally, I've always loved the twisted felting needles, but most recently I've taken more to the triangular standard ones. It's good to try other styles. I didn't even know there was a different kind. I just thought they were different sizes and that was it. I will give you as much information as I can on what different needles are best used for. I'll explain to you about the structure of a felting needle. As apparently they're not, we always think they're barbed. I always thought they were, but apparently they're not. She was saying that on one of the tutorials. Be prepared for more educational parts during the flock gathering in 2024. I read that wrong. So all during our second flock gathering in 2024. Be prepared for more educational parts, however, we'll also have a little fun with modelling the silk clay. So they do use silk clay for making birds' feet and things like that as well, and beaks and things. So, and I have got some of this tucked away somewhere. It's so lightweight, isn't it? And it dries pretty quickly. I think it just dries, air dries. I can highly recommend you to have some food dyes, ideally powder at the ready. Well, I've got some pigment powders, I use them. Sharpie pens will do too. Any other powder dyes used for candle making are good. So my pigment powders will work. Okay, so the Try Me product, 3 felting needles, cross star, twisted star and fine reverse, and white silk clay. Well, that'll be interesting. Zoom workshops coming up, January's tutorial. Now the sub club, so this is the discount you get off a different group of a different kind of selection of items every month. So what is it this month? All silk clay, basic core wool and structural core felt. Ooh. Well, I didn't think I needed any more, but it's good to use the basic core wool though, because it's cheaper. You don't want to use your best wools for just making the middle of something. So this is what I've got in my, I've got these weird new needles I hadn't even heard about. I've got the this month's discount to go and have a look at. I'm trying to set myself up for a little thumbnail, and it's just, I should have read that. Lanolin rich bats. Yeah, so this is bats where they're going in all different directions. You can smell the lanolin, you smell the sheep. I'm very excited about that. How long have I been going on? I cannot wait to get in there and get started on that owl. I really can't. And I'm going to catch up. I'm going to do the geode that I missed from last month's Maker's Flock box as well. And as I say, lots of other projects coming up. So thanks very much again to Steffi and Sarah and all of the team over at the Makers for sending me these lovely boxes. I cannot wait to get stuck in and watch this space. Thank you all very much for joining me today, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.